Okay, we got a lot of optional stuff to do here. And just finishing off Cerberus here, because I'm in the last couple matches for the Hades Paradox Cup. And here I'm fighting all four of the Final Fantasy characters that you can actually fight in this game all at once. With no backup from Goofy or Donald, unfortunately. Yeah, I didn't know I could be hit during one of these limits. I guess I can. Yeah, Giga Impact. Well, I think I hit the Giga Impact, right? It's pretty damn powerful either way. But yeah, none of them are really too challenging on their own. It's just when they gang up on you, they don't let up, you know? They just come from all sides attacking you constantly. It's just kind of hard to get your bearings at times. And like kind of like stop and just catch your breath so you can attack again. But I don't do too poorly, I don't think. I love Cloud zipping around like that. That slow down. He's going so goddamn fast. But yeah, so we got a lot of shit to do here. I've mentioned this in the past. I'm gonna be finishing off the Hades Paradox Cup. Gonna be doing the Mushroom 13, the Cave of Remembrance, Sephiroth, Data Organization 13, and the Lingering Will. All in one video. So, got a lot of shit to cover. Yeah, what are you four even doing here? Don't you have to, like, guard Hollow Bastion from Heartless or something? I guess not. Oh yeah, and someone in the Something Awful thread pointed out that when you're fighting with Leon, during that gate protection thing, like way at the beginning of the game, he can actually run out of AP, and there's a reaction command to revive him. I didn't even know he had HP with which to run out of. So that's something interesting I learned. Yeah, and this fight with Hades is just same shit, different arena. Aha! We caught. He can't get us now. Except he didn't even try to do anything. Oh well. But yeah, at the time of this recording, that May event with Kingdom Hearts just came out, and I am pretty psyched about that. We saw all those Toy Story cutscenes with, you know, Buzz being like, "Oh, things may work differently in video games, but this is the real world. This splitting worlds doesn't make sense." I love that crap. Like, I hope we get other skeptical Disney characters. Just be like, you know, Sora, this adventure you're telling us about, it just doesn't make much sense. I kind of want Sora to like stop and be like, you know what? Yeah, this adventure is pretty weird now that I think about it. Who knows? Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't think this video will come out until after E3, or at least Square Enix's presentation. So I don't think. So any information from there that I'm missing out on is not my fault. Yeah, but again, Hades isn't too bad here. He's just the same shit he's always doing. He just has more health, higher stats. Come on. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, I know. Why is Hercules exhausted now? What did he do? Generating those aura orbs or whatever, those light orbs? I don't know. Who knows? So we're just about done here. Oh yeah, and there are a couple of abilities that let you just do a finishing move in the middle of a combo. They're pretty handy. There we go, the trophy for the Hades Paradox Cup. Yeah, aside from the trophy and like bragging rights, you don't get anything. You don't get like a keyblade, you don't get an item, like an accessory or armor. You don't get any kind of weapon for Donald or Goofy. Just the trophy. Yeah. Just if you want to do 100% completion and bragging rights, I guess. Oh yeah, I was just showing off the Fatal Crest, which you get from the Goddess of Fate Cup, which you don't get till after you beat Xemnas for the first time. And now we're moving on to Sephiroth. Yeah, thankfully Sephiroth is a lot easier in this game than he is in the first one.
What is Cloud doing?
I mean, he still has that attack that drains all your HP and MP, but overall he's not nearly as hard, I don't think.
You three. Who are you?
Well, hello. Do you just draw a sword on anyone that you meet, Sephiroth? I know you're a dick, but...
Well, That's an interesting sword.
That's an interesting sword.
I see.
Nice sword, nerd.
And
I bet it's not even as tall as your body.
wielder.
So what if I am?
Yeah, where the hell did he hear about the Keyblade? Sephiroth.
Once I defeat you,
I mean, Keyblades aren't really that picky these days. I mean, honestly, that might be the case. Seems like everyone can get a fucking Keyblade. Yeah, but again, yeah, and for some reason, Donald and Goofy just sit this one out. And I don't know why. I mean, obviously, it's like to make things harder, but like in like the context of the in-universe, I don't know why they decided to sit things out. Yeah, I hope there's none of that crap in Kingdom Hearts 3, where it's like Donald and Goofy just aren't in a fight for no reason. Like, give some kind of excuse. Like, maybe Sora's feeling cocky, wants to fight Sephiroth one-on-one. I don't know. I mean, it'd be a bit out of character for him, but at least it'd be something. Yeah, again, he does have that that like almost one-hit KO move, where it gets you down to like 1 HP and drains you of all your MP. But thankfully, Limit Form, as I demonstrated, is a good way of getting around that. Yeah, but he's not nearly as like powerful. He doesn't have as much health. It doesn't feel like, or like his health goes down faster. But then again, I am at level 99 at this point. I'm pretty sure I am. So that's probably, and also I'm on beginner mode. But even beginner mode Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1 was like unbearably hard, to the point where I had to like just cheese my way through it. But not here. I mean, I still get my ass kicked. I just suck. Oh god. God damn, he just does not let up. I do love the new rendition of One Winged Angel here, though. It's a bit more, like, tense than it was in the first game. I like that. And I do like that we can actually hear Sephiroth talk during cutscenes and stuff. Yeah, because it's so weird. They, the voice actor from the first game, whose name I can't recall off the top of my head, he was like an NSYNC or like Backstreet Boy guy or whatever. Like he had dialogue, but it was all drowned out by his own music. So it was like, why even bother getting a celebrity like that? I mean, that was back when like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or whatever, like that's when they were like, relevant. Yeah, I think it was NSYNC, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna check that. It's actually kind of bothering me now. Sephiroth, NSYNC? Lance Bass, that's right. But again, yeah, he's not nearly as bad as he was in the first game. Of course, I'm saying this as I get my ass kicked, but I got him one try, so I suppose that's worth mentioning. Yeah, apparently Nomura said we're not going to get Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm a little disappointed in that.
I admit you're very skilled.
You got dust on me. How dare you?
Only Cloud is the only one who can eliminate me.
Yeah, but shouldn't you at least be hurt in some way, or no?
Tell Cloud to come here. Tell him Sephiroth is looking to settle things.
Well, why don't you go see him yourself? What's stopping you? You're just lazy? Eh. Yeah, he's too busy standing here staring at that castle. For no reason. Oh yeah, and those were the Mushroom 13. This is where you get the, where you go to find the last of the mushrooms, the 13th mushroom. And you get your reward. Yeah, the reward isn't too... I mean, it's a Keyblade, of course, but it's not too powerful. It has pretty good magic, though. And it doesn't get you experience, so it's perfect if you're at, level 1 critical, or if you're at level 99 already. Yeah, they're not that dark, though. I don't know why they're called that. The Dark Depths. Put some real clothes on, Cloud. God damn it. He's wearing, like, half an outfit. One sleeve, one shoulder pad, one half of a skirt. It's just half an outfit. Yeah, so Squall, we're gonna just talk about how we were fighting at the Olympus Coliseum. Not gonna talk about that, or at the Underdrome or whatever it's called. Yeah, like, don't you have like a town to protect? Yeah, I did not mean to do that. And it's good to see that Merlin did not turn Sid into a frog. Because he was pissed at him earlier. When do we get our Sword in the Stone world? Yeah, again, probably never. I mean, I feel like if we haven't gotten one at this point, we probably won't ever get one. And as far as I know, Nomura's never tried.
Message.
Maybe.
Maybe I did.
Sephiroth.
That's just needlessly childish, Sora.
Cloud. You'll never let go of the darkness.
Shut up.
Shut up, man. Ugh. God, that fucking sword. Every time I see it, I just... I can't help but laugh. Sephiroth, I mean.
Cloud, get him.
Donald, you okay? I'm just gonna let this play out.
Absurd.
That was pretty cool shit.
Defeating me is meaningless. You know that more than anyone.
But yeah, why does Cloud's sword have all these bandages on them exactly? I forgot who's... I think it... I don't remember where I heard this, but I remember hearing the joke that he's so emo his sword cuts itself.
I want to help you.
You can't. He'll never let
Yeah, only Cloud can defeat Sephiroth. We already went over this.
You just need someone to surround him with light.
If we put a whole bunch of nightlights around him, maybe it will help.
Darkness will be there, Sephiroth, but in a place you can't reach.
You'll never reach his teen angst again.
Right. Let's see what this light of yours.
Yeah, this whole story feels like it's like doesn't even fit within the... It feels like so almost out of place here. Like we're missing like half a story here. Or I guess we kind of are, because we don't really know much about Cloud's darkness or anything.
Look out.
Or like why he has all this darkness. I don't know. Yeah, it almost seems like these two aren't even from this world.
Doesn't suit you.
Because at the end, you know, I think like Sora's like, oh, they went back to their world. It's like, okay, what world is that? I thought they were from a Hollow Bastion. You know, Cloud and Tifa. And I guess technically Sephiroth, but I don't think we really know for sure. I don't know. I don't think it was ever explicitly said. And also Alice flashbang. My poor retinas.
Where'd they go?
They evaporated, clearly.
You think they made it back to their own world?
Yeah, the Goofy said it, but yeah, their own world, so they're not from here.
Cloud
So
went
where the hell are they
to
from?
battle, to defeat the darkness inside him.
Or something like that.
Gone again.
What will you do now?
Guess I'll keep looking.
Don't you have anything better to do?
Don't worry. Light is easy.
Yeah, because like this story, like I hope this story has some kind of resolution in Kingdom Hearts 3.
This is for helping me out.
You didn't even give me anything.
When did we help?
Yeah, here you get the Fenrir Keyblade, which it has pretty good power, but it takes off a combo, and it's very useful for taking out the Lingering Will. You can like kind of like infinitely stagger him to like really like cheese him, but I didn't. I actually never had to. I never ended up needing to do that, thankfully. Yeah, see, it's pretty damn powerful, but it takes off a combo. And here we are with the Mushroom 13. This one doesn't appear until Xemnas is beaten, so I had to, you know, I had to beat the first Xemnas fight. Or actually, no, you actually had to beat the entire game, I think, that make this one appear. Yeah, that's right, I did beat the game off screen, because that's where the Lingering Will appears. Basically, you gotta hit this guy 75 times, just do what I'm doing here. He, you know, has 2 reaction commands, make sure you do the second one, you know, as soon as it pops up. He's not too bad. And he will attack you if you're too slow, but it doesn't really do much damage, so it's whatever. Or, no, maybe it was just 70. Okay, yeah, no, it's just 70, not 75, my bad.
Give me strength.
Yeah, and Stitch is pretty useful here. With Sora's pointy-ass elbows. Because here you just gotta reflect this guy's shots back at you. He's, you know, the Zigbar nobody, so, I mean, mushroom, so I guess that makes sense. I think you have to deflect 80 back at him in order to get a good enough score. Yeah, really, if you're just lucky with Stitch and he keeps refilling your MP religiously, you can just spam the reflect button and you'll be fine. Yeah, so it's really not too much trouble. Yeah, that's a good thing. Most of these mushrooms really aren't too bad. I say the only one that's really aggravating is number 8, Axel's. That's the only one I'd say is like a real pain in the ass. Like, I literally had to try to get that one for a half hour before I finally managed to get the high enough score. But for all the others, it only took like, a lot of them I got on my first try, like this one here, and a couple others. And some took me like 2 or 3 tries, but Axel's probably took me like over a dozen at least. And here's Zaldan's, gotta collect all the orbs he drops, or 450. Having the follow the wind keyblade is nice because it has a draw ability, and also equip any other draw abilities you may have. And his pattern isn't exactly, it's not an exact pattern. Like, he doesn't always go the same exact route every time. You just gotta, part of it's just luck. That you'll, like, sometimes you'll go to a corner and drop all the orbs there, like that kind of happened to me a little bit ago. But so, like, the exact path he goes on is not the same every time, so you just kind of gotta get lucky and glide around. So of course having the full final form leveled up is best. And here we take advantage of Berserk Charge, because when you're finishing up your combo as Wisdom form, it slows you down, and basically these guys are trying to tag you, and if just one touches you just once, you gotta start over. But when you're finishing up your combo, it slows you down. But if you have Berserk Charge equipped, if you're refilling your MP bar, you basically have infinite combos. Like, it goes on forever. You never have the finisher that slows you down. So just go in a circle and just blast them until eventually you win. Not too much trouble here. And I guess also have a Keyblade with high magic, because I assume that Wisdom form's like regular attack, what I'm doing here. I assume it's based off of how high your magic power is, but I'm not really sure on that. I mean, I don't know why it would be otherwise, but whatever. And there we go. Gotta get a score of 85. This is Lexius's, obviously number 5. Just beat him within, I think it's 9 seconds you have to do it within. Yeah, if you have a high enough level, just go Wisdom form, just beat the shit out of him with your most powerful Keyblades. Again, since I'm level 99, that was a cakewalk. Here's Zexion's back in the underworld. You just gotta cast spells on him, on like all the clones that appear. You just have to, I think you have to get it within 45 seconds. Yeah, and you basically just have to, cast lightning when he's spread around, well, the thing with lightning, it actually is a lot more useful, like within, like I found myself using lightning even when he wasn't in the proper formation. I still managed to do it one try. So, just experiment around, I guess. You can be, more careful and cast Blizzard when you need to, Fire when you need to, like Fire when they're in the circle, Blizzard when they're in a straight line, that sort of thing. But I just barely managed to get it. Oh yeah, and also you get weapons for Donald and Goofy, but they're not quite as powerful as like the Nobody weapons or anything like that. Like the ones you get from Nobodies, like dropped. So, yeah, I think you have to beat that guy within 5 seconds or so. Just, spam Reflect, use Final Form to boost up your magic, that sort of thing, and you'll be good to go. Here we're going to take advantage of Berserk Charge again with Infinite Combo. Basically, you got to get 85 hits. Don't let him touch the ground once. If you do, you lose. The problem here is that sometimes he'll go flying, but the problem with that is it's completely random. As far as I know, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just happens. Like, see there. It just kind of happens for no particular reason that I can see. There we go. Yeah, again, this took me a half hour to do. It was a pain in the ass. Yeah, typical. Axel has the most annoying fucking mushroom. Here we have Demix's. Again, take advantage of Berserk Charge. And I think it's called Horizontal Slash is this move here, where you just mash the square button. Just keep doing this over and over. And honestly, you should have no problem getting all the way up to 99. I mean, I do it here. You just mash square button. And, yeah, it's pretty. There's not much else to say. I'm sorry. And there you go. You don't have to get up to 99. It's very easy to. Here's Luxord. Like, this is like the only one that's like a typical game. It's find the right one, find the right mushroom. You know, just a scramble. And again, you have to. But did they say her? I didn't know these guys had genders. A little weird because this is a Luxord who's a guy, but whatever. Anyway, I think you have to get this within either 45 or 50 seconds, I believe. Yeah, and you only have a limited time to attack, so make sure you go right up in there. And I'm not sure if the attack will like the first time you attack, I'm not sure if it'll stop at a certain amount of health or if it's just a certain amount of time. I'm not 100% sure on that. Well, the thing is, in Jiminy's journal, it'll tell you the exact, exactly what you need to do in order to beat these guys. Like this, like in the journal here, it will say like you have to beat him within under 19 seconds. Just gotta hit him 99 times. You know, take off all your combos, put on negative combo, equip Fenrir, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, it's a bit difficult, honestly. You know, he jumps around so much, there's never quite too much of a clear pattern. And here we have Larxene's, take out 40 clones. Wisdom Form is probably the easiest way to do this. And again, take off, using Berserk Charge to get an infinite amount of combo, so it doesn't slow you down. Alright, okay, yeah, again, I think it is 40 clones within the time limit. Yeah, like I said, most of aside from Axles, a lot of these aren't too difficult. Like with Axles, like, you can do the proper combo with the proper Berserk Charge and a long Keyblade and stuff, but him like going flying away from you just kind of happens at random. Sometimes it happens within 60 hits, sometimes it happens at 70, sometimes at 80. And then if you're close enough to 85, you can just do what I did, go Wisdom Form, use magic, shoot the little, use Thunder and then shoot these little magic beams at him and hope you get to 85. It's really just a matter of luck. Did I see an unopened chest over there in the corner? I think I did. But yep, there we go. Now we can go to the Great Maw, or whatever it was called, at Hollow Bastion and get my prize. Yeah, like unless you're going for a 100% completion or if you just want the Golden Crown, I wouldn't go after the Mushroom 13, to be perfectly honest. I don't think the prize is quite worth it. You know, like, I think, like, the Ultimate Keyblade or Decisive Pumpkin is a lot better to use, personally, but that's just me. And here we have Mushroom 13. Don't gotta do anything. He just gives you the prize. Or I guess you have to clear through all the other 12. That's his challenge, I suppose. There we go, winner's proof. It's a interesting-looking Keyblade. Oh yeah, I actually did equip one of the mushroom weapons to Donald here, and I have a bronze crown now. Yeah, so that's nice. But I'm gonna replace Donald's weapon with. Yes, he has a lot of magic, but the strength leaves much to be desired. But I'm gonna replace Donald's weapon with I think it's Protect the Queen. Goofy shields like Protect the King. Donald's is Protect the Queen, I believe. It's like pretty much like among the most powerful weapons. Yep, and here we have the Cave of Ordeals, which is kind of basically like a straight up dungeon, which is kind of rare for the series, to be honest. You need aerial dodge, high jump, and glide maxed all the way to get through. And there's a whole bunch of puzzle pieces and new Heartless. Well, they're not really new; they're just recolors of other Heartless. But they'll have like immunities to certain magics and stuff, and also there's a lot of chests and synthesis items here. So it's still worth going through, because especially if you want the ultimate weapon, because the Heartless here will drop like remembrance items, like remembrance gems and that sort of stuff that you need. Yeah, see, they're just recolors of past Heartless. Except they're just, kind of more powerful and have, like, some of them will be, like, immune to fire, some will be, like, immune to thunder or have weaknesses to certain spells. And I do fast forward a bit because there's really not too much to see here. It's honestly pretty straightforward. for the most part. I don't skip anything. I just fast forward through it. Like you can see everything that you need to see, like even just from the fast forward, you know. Like there are like 2 or 3 puzzles, but they're not really like difficult in any way. Like one is just like hit these 3 things really fast, like before they recharge, and that's it. And there's some where you have to like glide or do an aerial dodge at a certain order, at a certain timing to get through an area, that sort of thing. It's not too difficult, really. Yeah, I fucking hate these cars. God. I hope they get in a car crash, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, again, there's no actual new enemies in here, like uniquely new enemies. They're just recolors. And there's also a huge swarm of nobodies at the end. Yeah, I just gotta fast forward through this. It's not like too interesting. Now, here's like the mine shaft. It's like the central area. You gotta like climb up and go through like different entrances. Like as you go up and through the cave, you come back here. And if you fall, you can fall all the way down back to the star if you're not careful. Yeah, I messed up a bit there. Yeah, I kept doing aerial dodge before I glided. Yeah, I don't know how I wasn't aware that I was doing that. There we go. There we go. And again, the last puzzle pieces are here. I got all the other ones I was missing off screen. I was only missing another like 2 or 3 of these outside of the Cave of Remembrance before this video. But yeah. The enemies are more powerful, but if you're at level 9, well, again, I am on beginner mode. But if you're at level 99, you shouldn't have too much trouble. At least I know I didn't. I remember I did go through this cave the very first time I did it. You know, not during this playthrough. I didn't level up quite enough, so the enemies kind of kicked my ass. Yeah, see, here's like one of the only puzzles. Just hit the valves, and then, you know, they'll recharge their HP, but make sure you hit them before their HP recharges. That's all it is, really. Get all 3 of them dead before their health recharges. Yeah, there's like machinery and stuff you can activate, and then there's the whole data organization, but there's no like in-world explanation for it. I guess it's not really something you're supposed to question. It's just kind of like an extra thing that's like not particularly canon, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I highly doubt this would ever get mentioned in like Kingdom Hearts 3 or anything. But yeah, it's interesting. You know, again, it's a dungeon, which is, you know, kind of rare in Kingdom Hearts games. Yeah, there's platforming, a few puzzles, some gauntlets of enemies. It, you know, feels more like a dungeon than pretty much anything else in the series, with the possible exception of Kingdom Hearts 1 Hollow Bastion. Yeah, I didn't realize I fell down into the area with the valves somehow. Oh well. Oh yeah, and puzzles. Yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, pretty close. Only got another, like, 4 pieces. Yeah. Soon. Very, very soon. Yeah, then I get the, like, a big old, like, high defense ribbon. That'll really boost up your defense and other defense stats. Resistances against spells and stuff. Yeah, the data organization, it wasn't quite as hard this time around as it was the first time I went through, honestly. Even the first time I went through, I made sure I was at level 99 first. Yeah, like this time around, like a lot of the data organization members weren't too bad. I beat, you know, at least half of them on my first try. I mean, even though you're on beginner mode, these are super bosses, so them being really difficult isn't too much of a, what's the word? Surprise. Yeah, and also you can hit those orb things to get drive orbs if you need them. Yeah, I guess if you don't have Master build up quite all the way, then you can just use that, I guess. I don't know. Because those count towards, you know, Master Form HP, but you should have, you know, Master Form, Valor Form, and Final Form maxed out completely before you even enter this place. Yeah, Limit Form and Wisdom Form, not quite so much, because there aren't really any puzzles where you really need them. There is steam. I think in the next room, there's like walls of steam that you can get through by dashing and rolling. But aside from that, But you can still get past them without the dash or rolls. So yeah, here we go. The engine chamber. Yeah, there are like little like walls of steam that you can dodge roll or dash your way through, but you don't have to. You can just time your. You can just time it so that you go past them when they aren't shooting out skin searing steam. But yeah, and I hate these book guys. Those stupid little books of theirs act as shields. It'd be kind of hard to get back around behind them and hit them, especially if you're fighting other enemies at the same time. And maybe I should have fast forwarded this a bit more, but I didn't want to get it to the point where it was like you couldn't tell what I was doing because it was going so fast. I didn't want to get that far in. Oh well. But yeah, see, like you can get past the scene without having to dodge roll or dash. It just makes it a bit easier and makes it less likely you'll take damage. That's all it is, really. But there's no puzzles where you like are required to use dash or dodge roll, or else you will not get through. Unlike, you know, high jump, aerial dodge, and glide, where you're pretty much required to have them maxed out in order to get through these puzzles. I'm not sure if it's possible to do so otherwise. Like maybe it is if you're like really precise, but as far as I've never been able to do that, so I'm not sure if it's possible. Yeah, it's interesting because this place is like it's like platforming, which is not quite so common in the Kingdom Hearts series, which I don't really mind. I mean, this is a JRPG. I'm not playing this for platforming. I'm playing this for like the story and like the leveling up and putting on weapons and armor to make myself more powerful, that sort of crap. Yeah, see, there we go. That little ball dropped all those drive orbs. Yeah, God, I missed a puzzle piece. Yeah, again, the mine shaft, you can fall down and go back all the way to the start of the area of the cave, so be careful. And I think that would be the last of the puzzle piece. Yep, there we go. Just gotta flip them all and rearrange a couple, and there we go. The Grand Ribbon, which, again, has a really high defense. And that's all the puzzles. And all my prizes. Let's see, I got, which one do I replace? Yeah, I was going too fast. I didn't even see what I replaced. But oh well. Yeah, but yeah, it has a lot of defense, a lot of resistances too. Yeah, like some abilities I just don't have anymore, like Jackpot. Like at this point, I have like I'll have everything I need for the ultimate weapon by this point, so I don't really need to have Jackpot on or Lucky or anything. Oh no, Jackpot I guess just makes more money and magic and stuff appear, not like synthesis items, I don't think. But yeah, here we have just a gauntlet of nobody fights. They're pretty high leveled, so be careful. And I mean, there are no new nobodies here, not even recolors or anything, so there's not really too much to say. Just be at a really high level and have some healing items handy. All the abilities you need, your most powerful weapons and items equipped. I mean, you're going to go fight the Data Organization anyway if you're going to go through this cave, so you should have all that anyway, Yeah, I am excited I think I did mention this before, but I am excited to see what kind of new nobodies, or nobody enemies, we'll have for Kingdom Hearts 3. Because, again, I know Marluxia has, like, some flower-themed ones. And, I'm sure Larxene, because she, in Luxord, or no, not Luxord, he already has Gamblers. But I'm sure Larxene will probably have some interesting nobodies showing off. Again, this is being recorded before E3, and probably won't be up until after that airs, maybe. So, if we see anything during the E3 event, it's just I was too early. I spoke too soon. But we'll just have to see, won't we? Yep, still got my fingers crossed for a Jungle Book world, but I'm starting to think that's not going to be the case. Because aside from Olympus Coliseum, all of the Disney worlds are based off of like Disney movies like from the 2010s, really. Big Hero 6, Tangled. That was after 2010, wasn't it? Or actually, no, the Toy Story and Monsters Inc. are from the 2010s. What am I thinking? Well, then again, I guess those were Pixar only at the time, so technically I'm not wrong. No, but really, though. Like, all the new Disney World so far are from 3D movies, And you know, I'm hoping we have at least one new Disney World that's from a 2D classic film. Because I know Nomura like really wants Jungle Book to have a world in this series. He's tried at least 3 times. From what I've heard, in the first game, there was gonna be a Jungle Book world, but it got replaced with Deep Jungle because of like the King Louie thing. And then Birth by Sleep, there was gonna be a world, and you can actually go through the game's data and find like remnants of it. And then there was like a data file that highly suggests that Jungle Book was gonna be in Dream Drop Distance. Yeah, and then there's this mysterious room with, you know, organization data. There's no real explanation for it. I think this is like supposed to kind of be like non-canon, probably. Just an extra bonus challenge. And that door does kind of look like Kingdom Hearts a bit. Or like the fake Kingdom Hearts that, you know, appear throughout the series. A little bit. You know, the stained glass design, big double door. That's white. You know what I mean, right? Instead of just one door, it's double doors. And also, yeah, synthesis items. Alright, let's turn it all on. Activating nuclear silos. Oh shit. Yep, and at this point I've got all of them unlocked. Because again, I've beaten the game at this point. Just you know, restarted the file, got everything all unlocked. Alright, so I'm gonna go through this in reverse order. Gonna start with Roxas, make my way over to Xemnas. Oh yeah, and you can get a shortcut back here at the restoration site. Yeah, it's annoying. There's no save point within the data organization room. I wish there was. Oh yeah, and here's me making the Ultima weapon. And there we go. Ultima weapon. I'm not gonna use it until the next episode against Xemnas. Yeah, and then I got that last Orichalco Plus by just turning in all the synthesis items. So I got 3 from the chest that I showed you guys. There was 1 from the Goddess of Fate tournament, which I did not show you guys. You know, the 1 from the Atlantica, and then 1 from Winnie the Pooh, and then the synthesis one. So got all that covered. Yeah, see, if you want to go back to the yeah, so you have to go all the way to the poster, and then to the restoration site, and then into the what is it, Garden of Assemblage. Of course, the problem here is that like if you want to go save, you know, because you tried 20 times to beat an organization member, you gotta go all the way back to the poster, which I know isn't that big of a deal, but eh. Yeah, so basically the way the data organization fights work is they have boosted stats, higher health, higher attack, higher defense, and they have all the same attacks for the most part. It's just like just the order with which they do attacks, or like when they'll dish out like their more powerful attacks is changed around. So like the fights are still mostly the same, they're just harder. Here's that reaction command I was talking about during the Roxas fight, where boom, triple Keyblades. Oh my god, it is so cool. We better get shit like this in Kingdom Hearts 3. Quadruple Keyblade wielding, yeah. Sora just sprouts 2 more arms. Yeah, I got 4 Keyblades now. Yeah, if you press triangle at the right time, unlike me, I think you actually get to keep the Keyblades, or at least avoid damage, at least. I think I actually do manage to do it during this fight. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, and having Reflect is a good idea, or Reflect Go, having it equipped, because there we go. Because you know, these guys hit really hard, so you know, reflecting the attacks back at them will do a whole lot of damage. Yeah, and I forgot to yeah, you just don't take any damage if you manage to get that reaction command right. You don't get to keep the Keyblades. But yeah, anyway, these guys dish out a lot of damage. So if you use a lot of Reflecticas, you'll be dealing all that damage right back at them. So make sure to keep that equipped. Or like, you know, shortcutted, rather. And I forgot to take off Berserk Charge. I didn't realize I still had it on. And, yeah, I think it was like another 2 or 3 fights before I'm like, oh yeah, I have this on still. Even though I don't really need it. Yeah, again, like most of these fights I managed to complete within 1 try. And again, I know I am on beginner mode, but I mean, these are super bosses, so even on beginner mode, you know, multiple tries is, you know, something I feel like would be appropriate. Oh well. Yeah, but see, like, again, Roxas isn't busting out any new moves. It's just the order, like, the pattern is different. That's all it is. And of course, you know, a shit ton of, you know, HP and boosts in attack and defense. Which is, for the most part, is the case for all of them. There are a couple where they'll bust out, like, something that's semi-new. Like, Demix will have, like, he'll send out, like, way more water clones than he usually does, for instance. And, Axel, like, has this thing where you, the fire on the floor will deal constant damage to you, even if you're up in the air. And you can't beat Axel unless the fire on the floor is gone. So you gotta make sure to do that. Yeah, and for some of these fights, they drag out so long that I do a bit of fast forwarding. But again, like I said, the patterns here are a bit different, but the attacks themselves are exactly the same. So in terms of countering attacks, you know, dodging attacks, it's pretty much all the same. Like, I don't think they're any faster or anything like that. Like, I don't think they move, like, the organization members move any faster. I don't think. Like, I'm not 100% positive, but I don't think they do. And there we go. There's Roxas down. Move on to Larxene. Yeah, it's and Larxene and like Lexius or some that like only took me like a minute or two to get through. They aren't too difficult. Like, not all data organization members are created equal. Like, the harder fights are still like the regular Roxas fight is harder than the regular Larxene fight, for instance. And that's sort of the case here. The data organization Roxas fight is, you know, harder than the data Larxene one. Yeah, like, I think Larxene, like even data Larxene still has like lower stats than Roxas does. Or I assume regular Roxas has more like stats than Larxene does. Yeah, and for fights that you would normally have Donald and Goofy with you, you have them here. And then with fights where the normal version of them you didn't have Donald and Goofy with you, they'll be gone, like with Roxas and Luxord. And Axel, even though you were Roxas at the time when you fought him normally. But you get the gist. Yeah, so thankfully, for some fights you'll be able to rely on dry forms other than Limit. And for limit attack, or yeah, for limit attacks, aside from the ones only Sora can do by himself. Yeah, so the thing with Larxene here is that her clones share HP bars. So if, like, multiple clones are attacking at once and you reflect all their attacks back at them, it does a shit ton of damage. Yeah, like I said, make sure you have Reflect on one of your shortcuts. It's pretty damn useful. Yeah, the fight's taking a bit longer than I thought, but not so long that I felt the need to fast forward. I think the only ones I fast forward are Marluxia, Demix, and Zaldin. I think those might be the only... Oh, and Syax. And Xemnas. Okay, so like half of them. Because, the fights just took so long. I felt the need I had to fast forward through. But yeah, like I said, the fights themselves aren't too different, in terms of the attacks they hit you with. It's just the patterns are a bit different, and they'll be a bit more, they'll dish out their bigger attacks more often. Like, I would imagine if I kept fighting Larxene over and over, she would do that big attack she just did, where she spun around shooting lightning balls all over the place. She'd do that a bit more. She's a bit more, she uses her clones a bit more heavily than before, but it's like still all the same attacks. Yeah, but see, look how many, like, that took, I think that Reflect attack took out like 2 of her HP bars. So yeah, make sure you have Reflectka handy. It'll be your, one of your best friends. Of course, just relying solely on Reflectka isn't a good idea, for some fights, but still, it's a good idea to have it on one of your shortcuts, just in case. Yeah, and I'm still not 100% sure how to activate the merging reaction command for Larxene. Again, I think it might have to do if you stagger her enough or something. I'm not positive. Yeah, I just don't, I don't really know. Yeah, but again, this fight took a lot longer than I thought it did. My apologies. That's still not too bad. Yeah, see, now she's doing that attack again, the lightning balls. Yeah, I am so stoked to have her back in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's gonna be nice. Yeah, because again, she's one of my favorite. Yeah, my top 3 organization members are, you know, pretty much guaranteed to have a big role in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, but apparently Vexen's not coming back, or maybe he's gonna have a different voice actor. We'll see. Or maybe he just won't talk. I don't know, because Vexen's English voice actor, who, again, his name escapes me at the moment. He pretty much said, like, yeah, I wasn't called back to voice Vexen again. So either he just wasn't called back, like at this point in time, but he will in the future? Or, well, actually, no, there's no way they would give him such short notice to come in. Or maybe he just won't talk, or maybe he just won't appear. Or maybe they'll get a new voice actor for him, who knows. I don't know why they would. His regular voice actor is fine, or his old one. Kingdom Hearts 3 is never coming out. Oh god, no! Ah, Doom! The news was so horrible to Sora that it activated the Doom counter. Yeah, but fuck this fight. Fuck it to hell. Because Marluxia is really stingy with his attacks that activate the... that allow him to... boost up his counter again, to reset it. Like, yeah, he does it there, but I don't think he does it more than, like, maybe another 2 times throughout the fight, I don't think. Yeah, he's pretty stingy with this. He really gotta be careful here. But if you're good at timing blocks and Reflectas, he won't be too much trouble. Yeah, so I think I may have discovered how to get out of that juggling. I think if you do like an aerial dodge or whatever you want to call it, like when you are knocked back but you like recover, aerial recover. I think if you do that and like you hit him and it makes that ding ding sound like when he's attacking and you hit him at the same time, I think that might cancel it out. I'm not 100% positive on that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% positive, but I think that might be the case. Because as I was watching myself, you know, as I was commentating the Absent Silhouette Marluxia fight, I did notice that it seemed like whenever I managed to do it here. When I managed to time that aerial dodge enough, as soon as I like aerial recovered back into the attack, he always stopped his juggling act immediately. Might have been a coincidence. He might have just decided that was the time to stop, and I don't know. I don't know if they were connected or not, so don't quote me on that. Let's see. Let's see if I do it. Did I successfully do it back there? I don't think I did. Like I just don't know how else you would get out of that attack, really. Aside from like activating a limit or something, which is kind of unfair because if you don't have any MP or whatever, or partners awake, then you're kind of fucked. I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Then I just kind of speed up things a bit. Yeah, because some of these fights lasted like over 10 minutes, so I wasn't about to make you guys go through all that crap, and I wasn't about to commentate over it, you know. Yeah, again, limits are a pretty good way of getting invincibility frames. Yeah, it's the only way I was able to beat the Lingering Will, honestly. You may call it cheap, but I think it's less cheap than using the Fenrir method, you know. Yeah, and at this point I still have Berserk equipped. I didn't even realize it, or I forgot to take it off or whatever. God, I seriously hate this fight so much. He is such a pain. And I don't like the Doom counter thing either. I don't like automatic game over things like that. I mean, yeah, sure, you get 99 hits if you're at the maximum level, but still. Those hits rack up pretty fast, you know? I'd rather just have it, be completely HP based, like every other fucking fight in the series, you know? Oh, whatever, I managed to win anyway. I don't remember if I managed to beat this guy in one shot or not. I don't think I did. Or the data version of him, I mean. Yeah, obviously the Absent Silhouette one I didn't. And gonna slow things down a bit, back to normal for the end. There we go, got fireworks to death. That'll be embarrassing. Well, how'd you lose? Oh yeah, the duck fired fireworks at me until I blew up and burned to death. Oh, that's, oh. And the thing is, you can fight the data organization as many times as you want. Each member, because, you know, they'll give you a synthesis item or like a defense boost or a power boost every time you beat them. So if you're like really good at fighting one of these guys, you can just kind of grind them for materials if you want. But honestly, I think they take so long and some of them are so difficult or tedious that it's not really worth it. Yeah, Luxord, surprisingly, was one of the most difficult data organization members for me. But that was because of that stupid fucking minigame at the end. Like, I mentioned this before, like, with the regular Luxord fight, it wasn't too bad. But in this fight, it is abysmal. It is so hard to get the timing right for that because it's sped up. Like twice or 3 times as fast. So, the rest of it isn't too bad. Like, yeah, I take some damage, I take hits, but it's that minigame at the end that really gets me. Yeah, do I still have Berserk? No, my AMP isn't drained, never mind. Yeah, again, like, the rest of the fight isn't too bad. Even though I am getting juggled like a bitch, but it's that last part that really gets to me. I think Luxord and Axel are the most difficult data organization fights. That's my personal opinion. Like some of the others are tedious, but I don't think any of them are quite so difficult as Axel and Luxord are. And with Demyx, though, with Demyx, you gotta have well, actually, no, Marluxia, I would say, is hard. So, Marluxia, Luxord, and Axel, I think, are the top 3 hardest. Luxord solely for that end minigame. And Axel because you can't win unless you clear the fire floor, and because you're constantly being drained of HP. Like, again, some fights are a bit tedious, like I think Syax is tedious, but I think those 3 are the only really difficult ones, at least for beginner mode. And Demyx, you just gotta make sure you have a lot of MP recovery items, because you're gonna need it. You'll need it for all the clones he'll be sending your way. Yeah, but I'm actually kind of excited for Luxord to come back in my own way. Like, it's not that I like Luxord. I actually really don't like him at all. He's very boring. But it's more of the fact that maybe this time he'll be an interesting character. Because as I said, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be Nomura's favorite organization member. Or at least at the time of Kingdom Hearts 2, at least. At this point, I'm convinced it's Axel. But, maybe, this time around, Luxord will, get more screen time, get more, like, dialogue that isn't just, like, game puns or something. So that's what I'm hoping for. He'll be more interesting. Like, he'll be worth having in the game. That's what I'm hoping for. And since, Larxene, or I guess technically, even at this point, it's still not 100% confirmed he's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just, his voice actor kind of hinted at it, but I think he's coming back. Yeah, and then since he, probably Luxord, Larxene, and Marluxia are coming back, like, there's no way that Demyx is going to be left out of things, Like, why would they have those 3 come back, but not Demyx as well? Who knows? Yeah, and that's kind of a good way to get way off the ground so he can't hit you with his attacks. Just glide around like this. And then just cross your fingers, and if you're really good at timing, this last minigame won't be too much of an issue for you. Yeah. Yeah, you can use the pause function to, like... There we go, like that. To, like, help you out if you need it. But it's just so nerve-wracking. There we go. Whew. God, I was getting nervous just watching it. Even though I knew I was gonna win. Yep, and yeah, they just say nothing and warp away. And again, see, like, you get an AP boost here. So if you're good at fighting Data Luxord, you can just keep fighting him over and over and over again to get more AP boosts. So you could get enough AP to by going through Data Luxor over and over again, you can't get enough AP to activate every single one of your abilities at once. Yeah, you see, the thing here with Demyx is that he will, he will have a lot of water clones. So make sure you have, you know, as many MP regaining items as you possibly can. Because he will go crazy with water clones. Like, he'll sound out like 5 or 6 waves of them, you know? And like, one of those waves will have like 99 clones in them. Like near the end, I think, he'll like dish out like 99 clones. Yeah, and you can't really take these guys out too easily. Like, I don't think you can use the reaction command. Like, I think it was Wild Dance. I don't think you can use that with these guys. I think that's disabled for this fight. So again, even though he doesn't really bust out new moves, Data Demyx, he just busts out a shit ton of clones. That's sort of his gimmick here. So again, not really new moves, just taking one of his moves and just like increasing it 20-fold. Oh yeah, and also use a lot of fire on him. So I guess if you want to use Axel's Keyblade, that's a good idea, because you know you get the fire boost. So that's probably a good idea. I kind of forgot to. Yeah, it's kind of hard to remember because Demyx is not water, or like he is water, but in terms of game mechanics, he is not like a water elemental. He's technically Blizzard, so he's still weak against fire. Because again, like in terms of gameplay, like solely game mechanics, he is a Blizzard type. Yeah, the Wild Dance here I can use, but I don't think you can use it when he has his clones out. I'm pretty sure. Like when he's sending out wave after wave of them, I mean. Yeah, but even Data Demyx isn't too bad. Again, beginner mode, but still. I do love Demyx's pain cries. Ow! Ow! Yeah, I do kind of like to imagine that Demyx is secretly like a major badass all the time, but he just like pretends to be lazy and wimpy so he doesn't have to do any work. I mean, how else can you explain him suddenly going berserk and, you know, putting up a good fight? Yeah, again, I do hope he comes back for Kingdom Hearts 3, so maybe we can get a bit more out of him. And I do like Demyx, but he wasn't much of a character. He was funny, but like 90% of his existence, or non-existence because he's a nobody, was just so we could have, you know, another slot of the organization filled, you know. But yeah, I wouldn't mind him coming back because again, I like him. Like he's kind of a character I love to hate. Like I like him, but I like him because I like to make fun of him, you know. Because at the end of the day, it turns out he is secretly a badass, and I do like to imagine that this is like his true self coming through, and that, you know, the wimpy persona is just that, a persona. It's just something he does so he doesn't have to work so hard. Like, oh no, don't send me to do the work. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's actually possible to beat him before he does this again. Maybe I was just too slow. Yeah, because I know at one point here he sends out a wave of 99 clones. So, again, make sure you have MP recovery items filled out in your item slot. And maybe give Donald and Goofy one or, you know, a couple of them as well, maybe. You know, there's just always the risk that they'll waste it on each other rather than use it on you, so yeah, that's just a risk you'll have to take. Yeah, here we go, 99 clones. But if you have an inventory full of ethers, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Yeah, you can hear me like rapidly trying to cast fire even though I don't have MP anymore. Yeah, I decided just to do a little bit fast forwarding here. There we go. Not too. Again, he was a lot more annoying than he was difficult, in my opinion. So, you know, same thing with like Syax. I don't consider him a difficult fight. He's just annoying. There's a difference. There's monotonous and, you know, fights that drag on, and then there's fights that are difficult. I consider Marluxia to be difficult, or Axel to be difficult. I consider Demyx or who'd I say? Syax to be monotonous and like fights that drag on. Same thing with Zaldin a bit. I don't consider Zoltan too difficult. And of course, you never actually fought Axel as Sora, but close enough, I guess. Yeah, see, even though I'm up in the air, or I was up in the air, the fire on the floor will still damage me. So, you gotta be careful of that. Yeah, and a good idea is to use Limit Form as a free recovery. You know, a free way to recover. You don't have to use up an item or use up your magic. So that's an idea. So have your Limit Form upgraded all the way. So yeah, he is a bit of a... Yeah, I tried using that Abyss Keyblade from Atlantica and using Blizzard, but it just didn't work out well. I still wasn't able to beat him with it, so I just went back to using Decisive Pumpkin. And I managed to beat him within, you know, 2 or 3 tries after that. I'm not really sure how many tries it took me this time around to beat him. I want to say at least 5, maybe 5 tries. Yeah, I think, yeah. So yeah, him, Luxord, and who was the last one? Marluxia. Yeah, I consider these 3 to be the hardest data fights for one reason or another. Because again, if it wasn't for the fire floor thing, this fight wouldn't really be too bad. But it's because of that gimmick that it's a pain in the ass. You know, the HP drain and the fact that you can't beat him while the floor is on fire is impossible to beat him that way. You just gotta, you know, use the reaction command and, you know, manage to beat him that way. Yeah, it's annoyingly enough, if you try to use the rave attack like I am over and over, half the time you're gonna run into a firewall, so you won't be able to use the reaction command to get rid of the fire effectively. Yeah, so I am an idiot, but you know, what else is new? Am I right? Yeah, see, like, no matter how much damage or how many combo finishers you use on him at this point, if the fire floor is there, he will not die. So it's a pretty difficult fight to get through. You know, just solely for the fire floor. Like, the rest of it isn't too bad. Like, yeah, he has powerful attacks, but it's that HP drain that really gets you. Yeah, I hope I didn't accidentally include one of my losses by mistake. No, I think I was careful that I wouldn't do that. Yeah, but see, like, I'm putting, you know, I'm using a lot of combo finishers on him, but he's still not dying. I just need him to use that reaction command. Or, you know, set it up, rather. It's a pain in the ass, this guy. God, stop juggling me, you piece of shit. I hate you so much. I hate you. I hate Axel so much. He is such a bad character, in my opinion. I'm sorry. But yeah, anyway. But I think if you use one of those other limits, rather, that doesn't send you into the firewall, it won't be too bad. Or if you get lucky and end up in the middle when you're done with it, but I, you know, didn't have that happen too much. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, I got him. He's dead. At least he better be. There, I got him. Fuck you, Axel. God, I'm so annoyed that he keeps like coming back in the series, like in Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3. So sick of this guy. Yeah. Nomura did say that the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 would be hard to swallow. Here's fingers crossed that that means Axel's gonna die. No, it's like seriously, genuinely, I would love that ending. Oh, I think the laser is still pointing at the moon here. Yeah, there we go. It is. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah, but here, Saïx again is mostly the same. Well, there are a few differences. One is that his Berserk, I think his Berserk meter charges way faster, for one thing. And he'll drop his weapons still, but he won't. They won't stay on the floor nearly as long as they normally do. So you really gotta get lucky and like be very careful. Yeah, they'll stay on the floor for like 1 full second and then they vanish. So you gotta be like right next to them when they appear, or else you're not gonna get them. Yeah, and like the floor just becomes an ocean of shockwaves here during this fight. So if you have well, you can't really get this far without having a maximum glide. So never mind. Yeah, one way to actually trick him into giving you a weapon is to attack him while he's panting, and then use like reflect to you know, to blow off any attack you would normally give, and then, you know, take his weapon and do the berserk thing. Yeah, so a lot of the fight again is the same. Take his claymore, whack him, and then he'll stop being berserk. It's just getting the weapon in general that's the difficult part. So again, it is a bit more monotonous and difficult, I'd say, because a lot of the fight is just you waiting around, waiting for him to, you know, throw his weapon at you, or otherwise like make it available. Yeah, you should probably hope that he'll like start panting and be stunned when you pick up his weapon, because sometimes he'll go invincible even for the claymore. So yeah. Yeah, as I kind of learned in this fight, I kind of actually figured this out as I was playing. If you attack him while he's panting, a lot of the time he'll use an attack that will drop one of the claymores. So if you use reflect at that point, you'll kind of get through the attack and it won't matter. Or like, it will matter. I mean, like, you won't take damage and you'll be able to just pick up the weapon, I mean. Yeah, and at one point, I'm going to fast forward through this. Yeah, see how fast it goes? That weapon was out there for maybe 1 full second. Here we go, fast forwarding through the fight. It is not fun. Not fun in the slightest. But thankfully, the next couple of fights aren't too bad. Vexen, Zexion, Lexius, they aren't too bad. Zaldin is really difficult, or not really difficult, he's just, it takes a while to get through him all the way. And same thing with Xemnas. He just has like a lot of HP and a lot of attacks where like it's just, you just gotta wait for him to be over. Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's gonna be in this video where I show off Xemnas' final boss fight for the first time, rather than actually in the final video. Of course, then again, you don't get to fight him when he's in his armor or the dragon part. It's just Sora and him in the like the weird memory skyscraper copy, and then him when he's in his black and white outfit along with Riku. Those are the only two parts of the fight you actually have to do. Oh, yeah, please. Yeah, I probably should have fast forwarded this a bit more. Oh, you know, I'll just talk about Sayax as a character. I don't like him really, honestly. I don't hate him. I don't even really dislike him. I want to say, I just find him kind of boring, to be perfectly honest. Like, I don't find him too. I just don't find him interesting. Like 90% of the time, he's just stoic, and that's his entire like personality. But like, and then here and during the fight, he goes berserk. Berserk, get it? But it's just a little bit too little, too late. And then there's Dream Drop Distance where it turns out, oh no, he's part of the true organization. But it's like, I don't really care. I don't care about this guy. He was just a fucking asshole. Why should I care what happens to him? As far as I mean, it's like heavily implied he's possessed by Xehanort by this point, but not all the way. But we're not really sure how far that goes. Because he purposefully undermines Xemnas' operation at some points. Or like, he gets rid of Zexion because he's in the way of becoming the head of Organization XIII, and he doesn't trust in Xemnas or his actual plans. But if he's possessed by Xehanort, shouldn't he know all this by now? Like, what Xemnas' true goal is? And all that jazz? I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it just could be that they didn't come up with the whole Xehanort possession thing. Or like that Sayax would be possessed by him at this point. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, we're about done here. Sorry, I got nothing else to say about Sayax, really. I just don't find him to be an interesting character. Sorry. I think he was at his most entertaining when he was Aiza in Birth by Sleep, where he would just shit on Axel all the time because I don't like Axel. Or Lee, whatever. I don't give a fuck. He was Axel for like a decade of my life almost. I'm just going to keep calling him that. Same thing with Sayax. No. Well, yeah, okay, like 5 or 6 years. I was thinking Dream Drop Distance, not Birth by Sleep, in terms of Organization true names. Anyway, point is, he's dead now. So now I can move on to Zexion, who's not too bad. Or at least I managed to get through him without too much issue. I like how he has like the really huge data circle because of his claymore. I just noticed that. I mean, I should mention that they always give out this. I think I did mention this, but they always give out the same exact prize. So if you fight Syax again, he will always give you a defense boost, and never anything different. And then like Luxord gives you an AP boost, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, but again, Zexion, you know, because he's one of the weaker members, he's, you know, a lot less difficult than other data organization fights. He doesn't have as much HP, doesn't have as much defense, his attack isn't quite as high, that sort of thing. So he just doesn't have quite as heavy, his stats aren't quite so powerful. You know, here I get to actually show off a bit of his gimmicks a bit. This, is it here? No. Well, there are these parts where he'll replace your commands, your menu here with like different things. Like some will be like jackpot, that'll make money appear, or like heal, which will make you like heal. And you gotta like turn the page and go through all these commands to get to one that'll like reverse the effect. It's actually kind of interesting, but kind of annoying to get through, but still interesting nonetheless. Yeah, but I know he does it to me at some point during this fight, because I managed to get through Zexion on one try. Yeah, but see, like he really has like a low amount of defense and HP in comparison to other data members, so he's not too bad. I guess it makes sense. He's the cloak schemer. He's not much for, you know, direct fights. You know, that makes sense. And he is like one of the youngest. He was just a kid in Birth by Sleep. He was like 10 years old. Yeah, here we go. Like if I chose Soothe, it would have like dropped. I think it would have dropped like HP orbs. You just gotta keep like flipping through the pages until you get one that says like unlock, and get so you can come back and you know, get all your regular commands back, so you can kick his ass. I do like how the book like looks worried there, like the body language, quote unquote, of the book is like, oh gosh, oh no. I love that. Yeah, he loves to spam that attack in this fight, so be careful of that. Here we go, like jackpots, so drop like money orbs and drive orbs. And retrieve, there we go, like retrieve and unlock will unlock your commands again. Yeah, it is possible to survive this attack without using limits. It's just a bit difficult. You have to have high HP and like full HP and high defense. Basically like level 99. Or to activate like a limit like Duck Flare if Donald is alive and you're not in a dry form. And I think that was the last like round. I think I'm going to fish him off here. There we go. See, not too bad. Especially compared to Syax. God, fuck that shit. Very jittery keyblades, I just noticed. Right, not too bad at all. So next will be Lexius, who again is also not too difficult. God, we still got another 37 minutes of this, Jesus Christ. Maybe I should have split this up in 2 videos, but I just really wanted it to be all clumped together in one video, so... Yeah, see, Lexius is still quivering a bit, which is weird. Yeah, see, he like shakes when he like comes back up when he's doing that weird motion of his. Yeah, look at all those health bars. Oh, jeez. But it's pretty much the same shit with this with the regular Absent Silhouette fight. Reflectica is your best friend here, because, you know, as Lexius gets more of his power meter up, he'll, you know, his attacks will become more powerful. So if you reflect his attacks back at him, they'll take off like 2 or 3 of his HP bars. So again, Reflectica is a good friend of yours here. Yeah, see there, took out like 1 HP bar. It's ridiculous. And then he's gonna increase his powers, that'll just make your Reflect more effective. You know? I see all that? Like, look at all that HP I took off. Very, very useful. But aside from that, he really is not too difficult. Like, I don't think he ever really had too much of a wide attack pool to begin with. So, like, the pattern isn't too noticeably different that I can see. Yeah, so yeah, I like Lexius. I think he's kind of an he's like he doesn't get enough love as an organization member. Or that might just be because I love hulking bruisers. Like in a world where filled with magic users and like really athletic characters like Sora and Riku that can like jump across buildings and crap like that, it's nice to have a guy who's just as powerful as them while just being a big hulking massive like wall of muscle. You know, he's just so goddamn powerful. I love those kind of characters that can just brute force their way through all the bullshit that's like in their world. Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of magic users and all this like hacking crap, but I'm just really fucking strong, so oh well, you know, that sort of thing. I love it. Yep, there we go. He's gone. Alright, just another 4 to go. Vexen's next. Yeah, I equipped Axel's Keyblade, but I forgot to actually put Firaga in my shortcut, so I couldn't use Firaga against him effectively. So I just kind of had to bullshit my way through, and I still managed to get it through in 1 shot, so yeah, that's skill right there. Except not because I'm on beginner mode. Yeah, and again, I hope that all it is for Vexen's voice actor is either he's lying to us, which would be kind of mean, but whatever. Either that, or like they're getting a new voice actor for him, which would kind of suck, but I mean, I'd rather him get a new voice actor than just not appear for no reason. You know, I like Vexen. He's like my 4th or 5th favorite organization member, honestly. Yeah, but here, again, it's kind of like second verse, same as the first. Get rid of his shield, don't let his data circle get to you too much, which I fail spectacularly at. And, like with Lexius, spam reflect at him. Yeah, see, look how much HP that took off. That took off like 1.5 HP bars. It's ridiculous. Reflect is so broken. Like, yeah, you can't rely solely on Reflect during these fights, but they make them all. It makes these fights a lot more helpful. Yeah, see, like, all the damage this shit does is ridiculous. But yeah, so yeah, Vexen isn't too bad. It seems like I always say that kind of crap as I'm getting juggled and getting my ass kicked. Oh yeah, this fight isn't too bad. I'm saying as I'm taking, you know, half my HP, as half my HP is down. Oh yeah, it's not too bad. I can beat with one hand behind my back. Yeah, I just gave up and just decided to go for a limit. He just would not stop with his icicle bullshit. I really want to finish a fight using that attack. The one where you just like throw Goofy and he acts like a torpedo or a missile or whatever. Yeah, thank God I didn't go anti-Sora during any of these fights. I'm not sure if it's even possible during data organization fights, because I don't think that's ever happened to me. I know it happened during the Ascent Silhouette with Lexius, but I don't think it's ever happened during a data fight with me. Well, I mean, not in this video, I mean, but like ever in general. I don't think it's ever happened. Not that I can recall. I guess it would be it would be a bit fair if they just took off the whole, you know, anti-Sora meter for these fights, considering how hard they are. You don't need that extra handicap of worrying, like, should I use a dry form or will I turn to anti-Sora? Or anti-form, or whatever you want to call it. Here's Zaldin. Again, I consider Zaldin more monotonous and difficult. Like, I'm pretty sure it only ever took me 1 try to get through this guy. But it just took a long time. This fight was like 12 minutes long, and I had to fast forward through a whole bunch of it. Yeah, of course, I say I don't find him difficult as he immediately takes off almost like 3/4 of my HP. Naturally. Yeah, I'm doing a no-hit run on Zaldin. Can you guys tell? Yeah, but you're gonna really want to abuse the whole jump mechanic here. I mean, you'll probably want to do that in the regular fight, but doing it here is like imperative. So let's see Zaldin. Let's talk about Zaldin as a character. I have mentioned in the past how I do like his weird relationship with the Beast, but when I step back and look on him, like that's really all he has going for him. Like, yeah, this one relationship he has with this one character is really fascinating, but the rest of him, I don't care. I just don't care about him. I think his element is lame. I think wind is a lame element, honestly. I don't like his design. He has a good voice. His voice actor's pretty darn good. But aside from his, aside from his voice and his relationship with the Beast, I just don't really care about him. You know, like, he has this one good thing going for him, but on the other hand, it's like more than Axel has going for him, you know, or Syax, or Demix, or Luxord, so... So yeah, I mean, again, it's not much, but it's better than what some other organization members have, so I'll take it. Yeah, you want to spam reflect here, just in case. Yeah, I do have... Oh, I guess I do have some difficulties here. But I consider... If I could beat a boss in one try, I consider it non-difficult, no matter how hard it is for me to actually beat him. That's just my little rule. Like, yeah, it may take me like 50 minutes to beat a boss, or I might die almost 20 times. But if I beat him in one try, I don't consider it too difficult. Of course, I couldn't imagine fighting one boss for 50 minutes. So I think there's like an optional boss or two in Final Fantasy 15 that'll take you like 10 hours to beat because of how many health bars he has or something. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Not in a million fucking years. I would get too bored. I would just, like, use a cheat code to get my way through, honestly. Yeah, but not that I would ever use one for a playthrough of mine. I've kind of said this in the past. I'll use glitches. I'll use cheap tactics. I'll use any kind of, like, sequence breaking, but I will not use a cheat device for my playthroughs. I will not use, like, action replay. I will not use Game Shark. I will not use console commands, like, for scene game. Not gonna do that crap. The only exception would be, like, if I'm playing a Bethesda game, because, you know, how Bethesda games can be, and I, like, got stuck in the floor or something, I'd just use, like, a no-clip to get my way out. That would be, like, the one exception. Or if, like, a quest is broken, because, again, Bethesda, but I can use console commands to, like, fix the quest, I'd do that. But, like, those would be, like, the only times I would use console commands. Yeah, or like any other kind of cheating device, or maybe like if I wanted to, like, after I beat the game, I wanted to show off some like funny cheat or something, I do that. But during like the main part of the playthrough, I would like not want to cheat my way through. That would just kind of take away all the fun of it, I guess. It would kind of cheapen any kind of experience anyone might get out of it, which I can't imagine as much considering how low my viewers are. But whatever. Yeah, I always forget you can actually like get some more jumps in while he's like flying around, or like he's stabbing the ground over and over like that. Yeah, I foolishly used up all my jumps while he was invincible, like an idiot. Yeah, it becomes a bit more difficult to get jumps on him, at least for me, as the fight goes on, which is one reason why it takes so long. He just loves warping around and using really fast attacks and dodging my jumps. Fuck you, Zaldin, you piece of crap. I hate you. Yeah, eventually I start busting out limits with Donald to try and do more damage, which has some success. Yeah, unfortunately, he has a lot of attacks where he'll go invincible on you. Or, like, he'll go invincible for a really long time, so you gotta be careful not to, like, use your limit, like, right as he's about to do that, but you can never really tell off the bat. Or maybe there is a pattern to it that I'm just not seeing because I haven't fought him enough. Yeah, but I mean, like, speedrunners, man, I could never do that crap. Like, I like watching speedruns and, like, TASs of games, but I just couldn't put that much time into a game. I just couldn't do that. If I had to play a game like 50,000 times so I could take off 2 seconds on my best score, I'd go insane. I'd probably fucking kill myself. I'd blow my brains out, man. I could never do that. I would get so tired of that game. I have heard that people get like sick of games when they do a playthrough of them, but I haven't felt that way, honestly. Like, I still love this game. I still love Kingdom Hearts 1, you know. I still love Ocarina of Time, for instance. Of course, there's some games where I just didn't really like them to begin with, really. Like Skyward Sword. or the play or like the gameplay aspects of Chain of Memories. But I mean, like the games I liked going into this channel and I played through, I still like. So maybe that's just me. Or maybe it's just I just picked really. Maybe because the games I picked aren't too long, or something. I don't know. That's just something I've heard people say, like, "Oh yeah, like careful what games you do a let's play of, because you'll end up hating them." It's like, I've never felt that way. Okay, we're almost done here. Last bar of HP. Again, of course, he goes invincible as soon as I activate my limit. God, look at all those fireworks, man. Are fireworks just something that Donald Duck was known for, like, in his old cartoons? I don't know. Because he has, like, 2 limits in this game that revolve around fireworks in some way. I mean, yeah, like, both of his, like, limits that he does with Sora involve fireworks in some capacity. It's kind of strange. Yeah, I'm not having a good time with this guy right now. Is he saying Sora there? Sora! There we go, I got lucky there. Whew. Fuck this guy. Fuck him to hell and back. Go fuck yourselves, Alden, I hate you. And he also has a really huge data thing because of all his lances. I got a defense boost. Oh yeah, I am putting all these things on. My AP boost, these defense boosts and crap. I just do it off screen. Now we got Ziggy Diggy, favorite organization member, with his cool ass guns. No, seriously, they are pretty nifty looking. I like them. Yeah. He's not too bad either. Compared to other data fights, he's not too bad. You just gotta make sure you really work hard on deflecting his bullets. Unlike me, I'm pretty bad at that, as you can tell. Again, I say he's not too bad as he shoots me 50 times in the face. Because if you deflect it, I think I mentioned this in his regular fight. If you deflect enough bullets back at him, or whatever these are, I guess you could call these bullets, he'll be stunned. Or also use limits. You can just cheap out and use limits like I am right now, but whatever works. And let's be fair, limits are a pretty cheap way of doing fights at times, because you're basically invincible throughout the entire thing. That's slightly cheap. Let's not kid ourselves here. Oh well. At least I didn't have to resort to the Fenrir method for a lingering will. Because I know that's a thing, where if you, yeah, I think I mentioned this before in this very video. It's been such a long video, I can't remember. But if you like jump and use your normal attack with Fenrir on Lingering Will, it'll like keep staggering him like infinitely. I'm not sure about the exact mechanics on how it works, but basically he just like won't retaliate if you keep doing it consistently. I was tempted to use that, but I decided not to. I've actually never had to use that to beat him. I've been able to beat him the normal way, thankfully. Again, maybe I abuse limits a bit too much, but whatever. Whatever gets me to win, I don't give a shit. Yeah. And then again, I'm not really sure why it has like a screen effect. Is the implication that Zigbar is an android or cyborg? I mean, that's clearly not what's supposed to be going on, but it's still kind of weird. Yeah, this seems familiar. Using final form on Ziggy Diggy. I love Zigbar. I'm still kind of expecting Zigbar to like somehow be like he's gonna backstab Master Xehanort in the last game. Or Kingdom Hearts 3 rather, not really the last game, but I just have a feeling that's what he's gonna do. He's like Master Xehanort's like, oh, all my plans are coming into fruition, and then like he like gets stabbed in the back. Zigbar has a keyblade. He's like, he'll say some like surfer lingo, and then Master Xehanort dies, and you fight Zigbar as the last boss. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be cool. Fuck all the haters. I love Ziggy Diggy. Oh yeah, and final form is a bit useful for this fight because you know, his keyblades will be flying all over the place. So like you can deflect bullets a lot easier. Oh god, I really got caught in the crosshair or the crossfire there, didn't I? Whew. Yeah, shut up, Zigbar. Heads up, yeah. I almost got him. I think I'll manage to beat him before my final form goes out. There we go. You're dead, son. Booyah. I promise I'll never say booyah again. It's just not satisfying. They don't say anything. They don't seem defeated. They're just like, okay, later, bro. Later, bro. It's not satisfying enough. All right, here we go. And again, I do a little bit of fast forwarding here because it's like a 10-minute fight. Normally, gotta go through the regular Xemnas fight and then the very last part of it with Riku. Yeah, not too fun. Yeah, so this is like the only data fight where it's like two. You have to fight basically do 2 fights. And again, Reflect is pretty damn useful here, because he likes to get really up close and personal to you, so make sure you got Reflect on, you know, on one of your shortcut buttons. Yeah, it seems like he's trying to do the same thing with his guard attack. Nice try, Zem. Yeah, I think I've gone all this time without making a single Man 6 joke, and I am disappointed in myself. Then again, that is like a decade-old joke, so hey, there we go. I'm surprised I went limit form, considering the whole thing with the glitch that happens if you try to use the reaction command of this fight. I don't know. Well, I'm not really sure if it got fixed for the PS4 version or not, or I reverted anyway, so it's whatever. Anyway, but yeah, he's not too bad here, especially if you have, again, Reflectica, because you know, most of his attacks will be ineffective against you if you do that. You can just, you know, just get up close and personal with him, spam Reflect, you know, not fuck up like me, and then, you know, he'll do a shit ton of damage back right at him. And, you know, kind of the same thing with, when you fight him as, with Riku, in his, like, final form. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now that's activating. Face down. I got you now, boy! So why is there like a giant TV on this skyscraper anyway, or several screens? Do they watch the news on here? Whack. I whacked him. Now he only has 1 HP left. Oh no, no, I didn't do it right. There we go. What do you think? What did you just call me? Something about a fallacy, I think? Yeah, whatever. Okay, now we get to start phase 2. Which is where the fast forwarding will be. I didn't feel too bad about fast forwarding through so much of this fight, because, I mean, I technically shouldn't even be showing it in this order, but whatever. And they were kind enough to allow you to rearrange your items and abilities for this fight, and that's nice of them. Huh.
Anger and hate are supreme.
God, are you still talking? Nah, I'm kidding. I love Xemnas' voice so goddamn much. Oh yeah, and that be gone! That attack, that's pretty useful for using Reflect on. So make sure you do that. Like I forgot to do the first time through. Or like his first wave of those attacks, rather. But yeah, yeah, I like Xemnas overall. I think it's okay. I like big, hammy villains. It's just a, you know, a bit of a guilty pleasure. You know, I just like, he's not too interesting of a character on his own, but he's just so hammy and his voice is so great. I just love it. I mean, it's not like he's a terrible character or anything. He's just not too totally interesting. I mean, I guess, well, I mean, I like Master Xehanort, and he's part of Master Xehanort, so I guess that counts, sort of, kind of, in a way. Yeah, I do start fast-forwarding at some point here. Yeah, I didn't fast-forward through, like, the whole cinematic part of this fight, but I feel like that's fair, because in the next video, I'm going to show it at normal speed, so I feel like that's fair enough to do. But again, it's sort of like what I said with these Zeta fights. They don't really dish out any brand new attacks. It's just the patterns with which they do these attacks that are different. But you're not gonna see any like oh wow, he shot like big green laser beams, even though he's never done that. Like that just isn't something that happens with these fights. Here we go. Now the fast forwarding starts. So yeah, he's not. Yeah, again, he's not too bad. I managed to get through this fight in one try. So again, beginner mode though, so I can't really speak, too well with that. Yeah, and the strategy with the whole Riku thing is take a few steps, shoot Dark Aurora, and repeat until you get up to Zem here. Yeah, I think the funny thing is that you can actually like that whole sequence can activate multiple times in one fight. I'm pretty sure. Like, it feels like it should only be, like, a one-time-a-fight thing because of how, like, unique it is. But no, he can do it multiple times, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think I'm not sure if it happens during this fight specifically or even in the, the final video, but I think it's possible. And I'm just not really sure. Yeah, I'm not a speedrunner, I don't know these mechanics inside out like they do. Like, they're able to, like, not build up their revenge values so they won't use their desperation attack or whatever the fuck. I don't know these things. I'm sorry. I just don't. Like, I'm not I'm not like so into like completing video games so fast that I'll memorize this crap, Like, I'm sorry. I just don't know these things. Because I've seen videos where they'll like hit the data organization members in a specific way that like they will never like use like their desperation moves or whatever they're called, Like I've seen videos where they do that, though they use specific. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, actually, yeah, the whole rescue thing. It happens twice in one fight. So there we go. I do love that word. That wording. Without your help, Sora is doomed. I don't know. It's like almost like, it's like, I don't know. It's just like something like a kid would say. Like, hurry up, Riku, or else Sora's doomed. I don't know. Decided to bust out a limit form here. Or limit attack here, rather. It is pretty nifty. I'm not sure where those swords come from, but whatever. Yeah, and again, I don't feel too bad about fast-forwarding through these cinematics, because we're going to see them in regular motion in the next video anyway. Like, again, technically I shouldn't even be showing this first, but whatever. I don't think anyone really cares. This game's, over... this game's like 13 years old. Yeah, I do think that's funny. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to come out 13 years after Kingdom Hearts 2. That's pretty funny. Or at least I think that's when it was released in Japan, 2005. I don't think we got here until 2006, I don't think. But whatever. Yeah, I'm going to hold off my thoughts about this fight until we actually get to it, like, normally. So yeah. I will say I can't take this seriously with the Slice of Pumpkin. I will be using the Ultima weapon when I get to the real version of this fight in the next video. Yeah, but then just one more combo and he's done. Yeah, I don't think he'll ever attack again once he gets into that, like, damaged floaty state. Like, I don't think he'll ever dish out any more attacks no matter how long you wait. There we go, power boost. Alright, now I can open up that chest and get my reward. Soul Crown, baby. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Proof of non-existence. Whatever the fuck that means. Yep, I got it. Now for the Lingering Wail. Now, the thing here is I forgot that I had to go through this room in order to reach the mushroom and Timeless River, so I don't have my crown here quite yet. So I had to, like, oh yeah, I had to record this out of order because I forgot I had to go through here to get to that mushroom number 11, I think. Hello. Oh geez, that's not something you see every day. Huh. Well, shit. Well, technically, Goofy's not wrong. Connected to the past? Not entirely wrong there, Goof. Yeah, but here we go. The Lingering Will, the hardest boss in the entire game. And some consider it one of the most difficult fights in the series, but I consider the mysterious figure from Birth by Sleep much harder. Now, it took me a couple tries to get through, so I had to kind of do a little bit of an edit as the screen goes black at the end of this cutscene, so please excuse that. I just didn't want to watch this cutscene 20 times. Let's see, what do we got here? Let me just put on my glasses. Oh my god, it's the Lingering Will. Or Terra's Armor, whatever. Line? Well, that's horrifying, but okay. Oh yeah, see there, Donald has I think it's called Save the Queen. This is like his, I think it's like one of his most powerful weapons. Yeah, here Terra's remembering Sora from Destiny Islands. And of course, I mean, even if Sora remembered Terra, which he doesn't for some reason, he obviously wouldn't know who the armor is or who it belongs to. You're not the one I chose! Only one person can have a fucking Keyblade. What's going on here? Keyblade wielders are so rare. How can more than one person have them? Yep, he totally looks like Xehanort. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if Sora, Donald, and Goofy can understand the Lingering Will. Because, you know, obviously, as you can hear, he's just making metallic noises. Yeah, even a decade later, as a suit of armor, Terra is still a fucking idiot who attacks good guys instead of bad guys. And noticeably, he does not have a Keyblade chain here. Was that to, like, try to hide the fact that it's not a Keyblade? Even though it quite clearly is. Yeah, so limits are your very bestest buddies in the whole wide world during this fight. My god. Because there's going to be so many times where you're going to need those invincibility frames. You know? Now, yeah, so the thing with Lingering Will, he has a shit ton of attacks. Like here, where he'll, you know, ride around on his weird Keyblade cruiser thing. He actually has, like, another version of that where he'll, like, do, like, a spinny thing during the middle of that. But just use dodge roll or the dash and you'll be fine there. Same thing with this attack, the dashing attack he just did, if you can manage not to get juggled. So those are two of his attacks. Now the best time to go and attack Lingering Will is when he's done with an attack and he, like, just lands on the ground like that. Like within like a second, like maybe 2 seconds, you should go and attack him. Because that's when he's at his most vulnerable. And of course, during a lot of his attacks, he'll have invisibility frames, so be careful of that. So don't waste your limits when he's in the middle of, like, I think like when he's in the middle of that car attack, he'll be invincible. Yeah, and I think he's invincible during this whip attack too, so be careful of that. That's his retaliation move. So you gotta make sure to be careful with that. Yeah, if you do like an aerial recovery at just the right time, you can get out of this juggle. I just have a hard time with it because I suck. And again, like as soon as he lands, attack him. That's the very best time to attack this guy. Any other time is almost suicide. Like you're not gonna want to try and combo this guy at any other point. You gotta keep your distance, which doesn't always help you out, but because sometimes he'll like teleport behind you. Nothing personnel kid. But yeah, and also auto limit's a good idea to have. Have the duck flare ability on auto. You know, turn on Donald Duck's auto limit, and you know you'll be perfectly okay. In terms of, you know, or it will really help you out. I mean, it won't make everything perfectly okay. It's still a hard fight. And he'll summon these laser cannons, which you can't lock onto them. You have to just like, you have to attack them without locking on, basically. But they go down like 1 or 2 hits. Oh yeah, and here's this is his most powerful attack here. Where he'll teleport around the arena and, you know, attack you. Now you can, like, block these attacks. I just could never get the timing down, so I just try desperately to run away, even though that never works. But I know it is possible to block these attacks. I just can never get the timing down, you know? Oh yeah, and there's that was one of his shot locks from Birth by Sleep, or will be one of his shot locks. you know, release dates and all that jazz. And you can deflect them right back at him, and he'll take damage. But you gotta be really close. If you're not close enough, it won't work. He'll just like dodge through the attack, and it'll still follow you around. Again, limits are your very bestest buddies in the entire world during these fights. And of course, stock up on plenty of healing items and MP boosts, or MP restoring items rather. Oh yeah, and I guess I should mention, don't even bother going into this fight until you're level 99. Don't bother. Unless you're doing one of those level 1 critical challenges, don't even try going to this fight until you're level 99. You're not gonna win. Well, unless you're like just really fucking good, or if you use that Fenrir thing, like I managed to avoid doing. I managed to avoid using that Fenrir shtick, so I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Oh yeah, and he'll do another attack where he'll. Oh, isn't okay? He wasn't doing it there. Yeah, the setup for the other attack I was about to talk about is the same as this one, so I just got kind of confused. Where this other attack is where he'll block out your attack or your magic. Like certain commands of yours will be blocked out, and you have to use whatever is not blocked out to hurt him. Because he'll basically get a new health bar in which, when that's depleted, the curse that's laid up on Sora will be negated. So that's just a thing you gotta watch out for. I'm pretty sure he does manage to do it to me before I can beat him in this fight. We'll see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure he does manage to use it on me, like right near the end. I don't know, let's see how long this video. Oh yeah, there's still another like 4 minutes. Yeah, he definitely managed to use it. It's once because during some of the, I think it's when he takes off your magic, you can still use limits, even though limits use magic. I don't really know how that works. But I see here I can't use my attack. Or no, maybe it's when you take off your I think when he takes off your magic, you use limits still, even though it's a little bit backwards. But here you can't use attacks or items, and I don't think you can use drive. Or no, my drive gauge is just at 0. Never mind. So yeah, so basically you gotta magic your way through. And since I don't use magic too often, I'm kind of out of my depth here. And of course, he's like extra invincible at this point. He will only ever be able to be hit when he's like right after he's done with an attack. You gotta just spam magic at him. It can be pretty difficult. Do I not do any fast forwarding through this fight? I thought I did. Maybe I decided not to. Or maybe I'd save the fight for the last minute or so. Because things get a bit repetitive near the end here. I apologize. I'm not good at this fight at all, as you can plainly see. I am not. I mean, I am playing on beginner mode, so that just makes me even extra sucky. But of course, if you can't use magic, if you use it to heal, you're kind of out of luck. And you can't use limit forms, because, yeah, for some reason, it's when he takes away your magic that you can use limit forms. Even though that seems kind of backwards, but whatever. Yeah, of course, using Wisdom Form is the more useful ability here, but Donald was knocked out, so I had to heal some way. Yeah, see here, like, my magic isn't too good. Or I think if you manage to combo him, it would, like, do more and more damage as you use more, like, magic attacks. Yeah, so make sure you have, like elixirs and ethers and potions, all that jazz. I don't know, I don't feel like I really need to tell you that, but just in case you're dumb. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, there we go, got him. This guy is just unbelievably difficult to me. I'm just not really good at like fast reactions and stuff like that, so that's, a big part of why I find him so hard. Like his ultimate attack, like I said, can be countered if you block at the right time. I'm just not good at the timing, so I was never able to do it effectively. Yeah, see that? Yeah, now my attack is... Oh, my magic is taken out, but I can still use limits, I believe. Or can I not? Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, I can use limits. I think that's how I win, too. I just gotta use limits until I win. Yeah, Lingering Will gets beaten by fireworks. More at 11. There we go. That golden crown is mine. And I have fucking earned it. Whew. And of course, it's purely cosmetic, but whatever. Yeah, you can't actually go back and fight the Lingering Will if you want. I don't know why you want to, but whatever. He's difficult as hell. And then he just goes back to sleep for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like, dude, I can take you back with me if you want. No, you're gonna sleep? Okay, whatever. Yep, but now I get the last proof. Get my golden crown. Proof of connection. And that's it. Now, I got my gold crown. Looking all fancy. And that's it. Next video will be the finale of Kingdom Hearts 2, where I fight Xemnas and complete the game. So I will see you then.